Okay, this is the video I wanted to shoot, but since I'm shooting in the dark, I shot a separate video kind of explaining why I was shooting in the dark. I'm called in on a shorthanded status right now, so I'm filling in, just doing a partial shift. And you'll probably see a lot more of that in the coming months and years. That's just the way it is. Shortages, nursing shortages, basically what the other one was talking about. It touched a number of topics. I was kind of rambling. I'm not sure if I'll post that one. But the video I wanted to shoot was this one. And it came about, I was looking at another video by, I think it's Nurse Liz. She's a nurse practitioner, used to be an RN med surg. I don't know what her specialty was. Her mother was an RN too, or might still be an RN. And she became an NP. And she does a lot of videos. I've been following her since I started the journey. So 4 or 5 years maybe. She actually exited NP. So I'm not quite sure. I haven't kept up with her, but recently she did a video about bullying. And I was just interested. You know, I had done a video before, a couple of videos, I think, about bullying, and I just wanted her take on it. But it was like those live feeds, 2 hours, and I was like, I can't do that. But I listened to some of it. But I'm actually, what triggered me, not triggered me, but interested me, was a comment in her video. Like, you know, all the comments, those live feed comments, I don't even know how to do them. And it mentioned a situation, and I agree with, by and large, all that I saw. I only saw about 30 minutes of video. But it was saying about, it interpreted a shift change situation, which I've been part of, in the sense of the day nurse, it was night nurse versus day nurse. That was also interesting. The day nurse was wiping down the count. Wiped down everything, keyboard and everything, even after the night shift nurse wiped it all down, supposedly right in front of them. And they took it, that night nurse took it as a form of subtle bullying. And I don't know the exchange there that occurred. Obviously, this was a comment. It was nothing in detail, and I don't know the scenario. I wasn't there. I wasn't privy to it. I wasn't privy to their thoughts. But I want to say that I don't interpret that as bullying at all. I interpret that as OCD from the day nurse. You're going to find a lot of your brethren, a lot in the tribe, the nursing tribe, are OCD. I almost think it's a prerequisite. I almost think it's like a +2 to your class. If you're thinking Dungeons and Dragons, okay, you're a fighter, you're a wizard, you're a cleric. Yes, I'm a geek. I used to play Dungeons and Dragons. So clerics get a high wisdom, they get a +2, +3. You're a nurse, you get a +2, +3 if you're OCD. That's how important or critical I think OCD is to being a nurse. It's actually very helpful. If you think, oh my God, I can't deal with poop or whatever, you deal with it. You wipe your own poop, don't you? So you deal with poop, you deal with stuff, you deal with disgusting things. It's a question of all the other things, whether or not you have your medicines in a row, your medications in a row, your procedures, you check off all the lists, you follow the procedure to the T, you do all this stuff, you maintain a sterile field, all that stuff. And guess what? OCD, being OCD, it helps you do all that to a T. It is like, oh wow, I'm gonna get paid for being OCD? And that's really what it is. It's the sloppy nurses that are a little fringy, that you're like, if someone's not OCD, actually, I look at them, I'm like, I'm gonna have to clean up after this person. Am I gonna watch their patients better? Because an OCD nurse, if their pumps are bleeping, they're not gonna let bleep. They don't like that. I'm kind of OCD, not like my ex. She's extremely OCD. Maybe that imparted on me a little bit, but I was always a little bit. But you're going to be on top of that as a nurse, an OCD nurse. An OCD nurse is good, unless it interferes with your care, of course. But you're going to be on top of all that stuff. You're going to make sure your pump's done. The best nurses that I know are very OCD. They're not just a little OCD, they're very OCD. And I admire those nurses because they're they execute like clockwork. They're very diligent, very on the ball. They do it the right way because there is no other way. There's a no, this is what, and I admire that. I wish I was more OCD in that sense. So, the ones that let their pumps run dry or they don't ignore it and they're blaring, they're like, man, I don't care. You're waking up my patients. My patients next door. I hear it. I think it's my pump. And I'm like, wait, I don't have any pumps running. What the hell? They're all done. I was like, what the? I don't like that. I'm one of the pump vigilantes. I hate that. And my patients appreciate that. They're like, why are you here, right? Beep. And they're like, oh, Jesus. And I was like, I timed it. Boom. Done. Go to sleep, enjoy your rest, and I say 90% of my patients actually have good rests, and that's so key to their healing process. It's like nutrition. You need to heal too. Your stress, your cortisol levels are high. You're gonna be, whatever, stressed. You can't heal. I want my patients to get the out. You're here to get stabilized. Recovery's at home in rehab, but I'm stabilizing you. I want you stabilized. I want you exiting out. I want you discharged. That's my job. That's my job, to get you to that point. Healing is on your own, because they're like, oh, I want to stay here to heal. I said, no. Go home to heal. Go to rehab to heal. We're here to stabilize you. Okay? You had a stroke. You're feeling better. You're able to do some stuff. Rehab will get you the rest of the way as much as we can. You've had a MI. You're on your meds. We've capped it. We've done as much as we can. Now we're gonna rehab you, try to get you back to good dieting and good lifestyle. But get the F out. This is what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to make it stressful for the patient and ourselves and our fellow nurses. So that's why I really appreciate nurses that are OCD. Some people are like, I'm so OCD, I can't do that. So no, that'll serve you well. That's like, being, 6'10" helps being in an NBA. Yeah, you got Spud Webb. Yeah, but I'm his height. I can't play the NBA. Being uncoordinated, I can't dribble, But being 6'10", sometimes I've seen 6'10" people not be able to dribble either, and they still play competitively. It helps, right? Same thing with being OCD as a nurse. It will definitely help. So that's something I want to point out. I've heard people say, I can't do this, can't do that, because I'm too OCD. I say, no, that will help you. All right? So OCD, don't worry. It's going to help you. All right? And if you're not, you're not. You're fine. You're normal. Okay? It's not a normal profession. Okay? So just reassurance to those that have OCD issues. Okay? Good luck.